and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Jay and this channel is full of makeup, fun, and lifestyle videos. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss any more of our videos. Today we are finally doing part 2. Basically it was an Ulta haul that I did, but this is just part 2 of trying out all the new makeup. The first video was it was new makeup, but it was also a lot of makeup that I'd already kind of used before, just different shades and things like that. These products are all new. The only thing that's not new is the foundation and the powder. I think those are the only not new things that we have, and that's just because I wanted to use a foundation that just that I knew that I liked anyways, and there's not a lot of new products. And I have the same old regular Fenty, well, it's not regular, but the Fenty Beauty powder, because this one just always works for me and it's one of my favorite. Concealer's not new as well. The Born This Way concealer that you guys have seen a ton, because it has been my favorite concealer for a hot little minute now. So yeah, let's just get started. So we're gonna do eyes first, and we're using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I'm so excited because this palette was the talk of the town and I finally got my hands on it. Also, I will be honest and say that I actually already have filmed this video one time before, but the footage was just horrible, which seems to be a thing that's happened to me so much lately. I'll film videos and they'll all just look horrible. So I have already used these products before, which is kind of a good thing. I like to do first impression videos with you guys, but I also like to have already tested out the products before, so that way you're getting feedback from me and not just kind of like how I think things perform. So yeah, I have used this before, but I don't mind using it again. So we're gonna use the same primer that we used in the first video, and that was the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. This is actually a really good eyeshadow primer. It just doesn't give you any coverage, so if you're into that from an eyeshadow primer, or you're someone like me who typically uses concealer and you're used to getting that kind of coverage, it doesn't do that, but it does have amazing staying power. So that's more important to me than coverage, because you're gonna put colors and things on your eyes anyway. I'm gonna go in with Weekender, which is like that beigey matte shade right here somewhere. It's this one that I just dug my finger into. Alright, so using the same brush, and this is my Studio Pro from E.l.f Cosmetics, my Studio Pro number 5 brush. We're gonna go in with Riff and maybe a little bit of this orange shade. So I'm actually gonna take Good Is Gone, but I might mix in a little bit of Punk, which is like that deep purpley brown, and Good Is Gone is just like a nice rich chocolatey brown. So I might mix the both of them, and I'm gonna start with Good Is Gone and just put that on my outer corner, halo type look today. And I'm doing it in a triangular motion on the outer corner just because I want it to be like really sharp. I'm gonna go in the inner corner. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of Punk. We're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so even though it looked like we got beat up, it's fine. It's not gonna look like this the entire time. Just bear with me. So I'm gonna actually add a little bit of concealer. If you have something like the P. Louise base or something, I would use that, but I don't have any of that. I do have that little Makeup Revolution cream thing I usually use, but it's way over there, and I'm honestly not that worried about it, so I'm just gonna use concealer to kind of mark out where we're gonna put the center halo eye shade. So I'm gonna go in with these 2 purple shades, and then if we need to, we'll add some Guilt Trip. then I'm gonna go a little bit on my finger with Guilt Trip. I don't know if it's gonna show up, but yeah. So we're gonna go back in with Baja and Riff, which was that like light brown and that kind of rusty orange shade. Just blend everything. So I did notice a lot, like today and the other day when I used this. This is a nice palette and the colors do perform well, but it does have a lot of fallout. When I say a lot of fallout, because most palettes have fallout, so when I say a lot, it means like it's all over my face like you just saw. So if that's something you're concerned about or something you don't really like in palettes, this palette might not be for you, but it is a really good palette and the colors do perform well. Move on to the face, and for primer, we have the E.l.f Jelly Pop primer. I have been trying to get my hands on this for forever. They'll have it in stock and then immediately it's sold out, and the same thing keeps happening over and over again. So when I finally saw it on the Ulta website, I was like, yes, let me get this because it's finally in stock and I've been wanting to try it out. Because you guys know, a lot of people say it's a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Gripping Primer, which I actually really do love. I used to use that all the time. And this one is obviously more affordable, a little bit more stickier than the Milk one, but I think they are pretty similar. And this one smells exactly, if you use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Sleeping Mask, this is exactly what that smells like. Foundation, we're just gonna use the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Foundation. I did a foundation Friday on this. I honestly don't know if it's been uploaded yet. Hopefully it has. If not, it should be uploaded before you see this. But I did a foundation Friday on this foundation, so if you want to know more in depth about that and how I feel about this foundation, go check that out. We do have a new foundation tool, I guess. So usually I use my E.l.f sponge. You guys know this is my ride or die. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. But for years, I've heard Kathleen Lights talk about the Love is the foundation brush, and I've been wanting to try it. I was gonna get it last year, but last year, if you guys remember, it was not the right brush. Like, it was the same brush, but they made it flat, and everybody who had got it said it was not great. Kathleen said it wasn't good, so I waited till this year, and as soon as this brush came out, I got it. As soon as it was confirmed that it was still the right brush and they had changed it back to the original shape, I got it. And it's so pretty. I'm gonna apply it to my face first, and then we'll go from there. Now, I'm not a brush kind of girl, but the way that Kathleen Lights and a couple other people have talked about this brush and the reviews I've seen about this brush, it's just like, I wanted to know what the hype was all about. It does look really nice. I'm not even gonna front, because y'all know I love, like I said, my Colourpop sponge. Not my Colourpop. My E.l.f sponge is just, there's no other sponge like it, and the way it performs is just so good. But this brush, it's kind of giving me like a airbrush look. Really just rubbing the foundation in, well, more or less tapping. And it's just kind of, you know what? Kathleen and them might be on to something. So, final verdict. I love this brush. Wow. I think I did my foundation a little too dark, because I did end up, I had to add some NYX drops just because this is like my shade, but it's just like the little bit, just on camera for some reason. In person it looks fine, but on camera this shade just looks a little too light for me. So I add drops, and I don't mind adding drops anyways because I use a lighter concealer, so it's okay if my base is like a little bit darker than normal. So we're going with our concealer from Too Faced. I have mine in the shade Sand. And trying to use a little less concealer than normal, because I feel like I use a ton, and this is still probably a ton, but And then we have a lot of new tools to use today. So we also have the Real Techniques Expert Concealer brush. I actually got this to use for my brows because you guys know that, oh, it's over there drying. So you guys know that I usually use my e.l.f concealer brush, which is a really great brush. It's the absolute best concealer brush, but I use it for my brows and sometimes it's a little too big to fit under here. So I got this and another one from Kat Von D that is also just drying to use. And then the first time I recorded this video, I discovered that I like the Kat Von D one for my brows, and I like this one for blending on my face. This is not probably gonna be an everyday thing for me to do, using this brush on my face, but I do like it for like getting right in these inner corners and underneath my eyes and things. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f concealer sponge, just really blend everything, really help everything look seamless. So then we're gonna go in with our Fenty powder. This one's in the shade Banana. I tap it into my face first, and then I add a little bit more under my eyes, not really for baking, but because we're gonna put on a little bit of under eye eyeshadow, and I don't want that to, I know there's gonna be fallout, so I wanted to have a place to go and not be stuck to my face. I think I'm gonna put Riff and Baja, which is that light brown and that orange, under my eye. I think that'll look really nice. Dust this powder away. For blush, bronzer, and highlight, we have a little trio, and this is the Makeup Revolution palette. She has two of them, and I got the one in You Are Gold. This one is, I think, the darkest it comes in. These are what the shades look like. They are a little too dark for me, but if I use a light hand, I can get away with it. And like, I barely need to tap into this because it is very pigmented and it will get very intense quick. And with things like this that aren't really that beginner friendly because of the shade it is. Now obviously, if this is like your normal shade, you're fine. Still, I would use a light hand because it can get kind of muddy quickly and it can deposit a lot of color. But if this is like your normal shade, you're fine. This shade is just a little too dark, but I think it's so beautiful. I love this palette. And again, it was from Revolution, so affordable. I think it's because I did my foundation too dark, so this powder is looking a little crazy on me. So I'm just gonna go with my Sephora Micro Smooth powder and tan and kind of help bring back some life to those areas where I put the Fenty Beauty powder. Because I don't really usually have that issue, but we're looking a little mostly ghostly. Okay, so for blush, I do have a new blush and highlight brush. I tested this out. It's the Wet n Wild one. One side's for highlighting, one side's for blush. I do not like this for blush, so I'm gonna go with my normal blush brush from E.l.f Cosmetics and go really, ooh, we dipped in too much of that. Go really light with this blush as well. I am gonna use the highlighter part for this, and this is like the perfect highlight for me. It's like that champagne-y gold, like a standard highlight color, and that's what I like. And the highlight on this is actually really nice. Can use Stranded, and if Stranded is a little too dark, I'll go in with that highlight we just used for our face, but we're gonna put this in our inner corner. So brows I'm super excited for. Like I said, I've been using these products because I had already recorded this video one time. But I have the Milani Milani Weekend Brow. This is the eyebrow tint. I got this because I was watching one of Kathleen Light's Makeup Mondays on Instagram, and I saw that she had said people said that this was a dupe for the Glossier Boy Brow, which you guys saw me use in the first video. And then when I saw her talk about this, I was like, oh, let me get that, because I had just got the Boy Brow, just tried it out, liked it, but didn't know if I loved it, which I have been using that a lot. But ever since I got this Milani one, Glossier Who, this is so much better than the Glossier. They are dupes, don't get me wrong, like they do the exact same thing, but this one is much more beginner friendly. Like, if you've never used this type of brow product before, then you don't know what you're doing, and it is very easy to mess up with these products. The Milani one just, it gives you a much more natural brow. Like, everything's not so intense and dark, but it's dark enough that it still matches my eyebrow color. And this one is just so much easier to make hair strokes with, and this one just feels, I don't know, it just feels better. So if you like the Glossier Boy Brow, you're gonna love this. This is all I've been using on my brows. Like, I don't even use a brow pencil with this one. With the Glossier, I had to use a brow pencil. Well, not had to, but I just prefer to use a brow pencil because it just made everything look a little bit better. But this pen is all I've been using. And I've used it so much, I'm surprised that I haven't ran out yet. I'm just gonna clean up my brows. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my lashes off camera. These are what they look like. They're the House of Lashes, the Allure Light lashes. They're very dramatic and intense, which is why I did such a dark, smoky kind of look today with my eye. So I'm gonna go off camera and do that, and then we'll be back to do some mascara and our lip products. Okay, so we have our lashes on, our very dramatic but very pretty lashes on, and we have our brows done. Two quick things that I forgot to show you. One of them was that another new product I used today was the Too Faced eyeliner, waterproof liquid eyeliner. Looks like this, and I just used it to do two little wings. And then I also bought the Essence Make Me Brow, which is a dupe for the Benefit brow something other. I can't think of what it is, but I got this because I had got the Milani as a dupe for the Glossier Brow Flick, so I got this as a dupe for the Boy Brow. But the Boy Brow and this are not dupes. I do think this is more like the Benefit one. There's just something about the Boy Brow that just, it really does enhance your brows. Now, if you have to get one of the two products from Glossier, the Brow Flick is nice, but I like the Milani one better. But the Boy Brow is actually really good. So we're just gonna use this today to set my brows, because you guys know I always do that combo. No matter what kind of brow product I use, I always use a eyebrow gel, tinted or clear. Mascara, we have the Mega Slim Skinny Mascara from Wet n Wild. You guys know that I'm obsessed with the Mega Length one from Wet n Wild, but I got this one to try out just to see if it was any better or just as good for the lower lashes, because I love really small mascara ones like this for my lower lashes. And this one is good, but I do still think the Mega Length is my favorite. The Mega Length is just a bit better than this one. And I also did put on a little lip balm. I forgot I had this, and I was supposed to do this at the beginning of the video, but I got this E.l.f Ride or Die lip balm, and mine is in the shade Tough Cookie, which is like that nudie. It's more pink than I would like it to be, so it's like a nudie pink, but it's still a really nice lip balm, and it smells like Christmas cookies. I got these LA Girl lip liners to use originally, but I thought they were going to be more nude than they really are. I found out they were not the first time I did this video, but the formula on this is really good. I just don't think these colors are going to go with the look, so I'm just going to skip them today. And I'm going to use the MAC Chestnut, or you can use the NYX Slim Lip Pencil in Espresso. They are dupes for each other, exact same formula, exact same color. We're going to take this gorgeous Juvia's Place lip pencil. First off, the packaging, lipstick, but the packaging on this is to die for. I'm obsessed with this packaging. They have like a whole collection that is like this like color, and the lips come in like nude colors, pink colors, I think maybe red, and like peaches. Obviously I went for a nude one, so I have the shade Muted out of the nude collection, which is a nice really cool tone, almost gray kind of nude lip, and it's so creamy. It's so creamy. It feels like butter. For gloss, we have two options. I have the NYX Butter Gloss, which I have used before, but never this shade. This one is in Fortune Cookie, and then we have the Artist Couture Lip Gloss in Uncensored 2.0, which you cannot get from Ulta, but I don't know, I just wanted to use it today because I have never used it. So I think I'm gonna mix these both, because last time I just did Fortune Cookie and I didn't really love the look it gave. Like, it was okay, but I think Artist Couture is gonna be what's missing. So that's with Fortune Cookie, and now we're gonna add Uncensored. That's what the wand looks like. And I don't know if you guys noticed a change. Like, it did change it just because this is a little bit more warm, and so it just added a little extra something. And then lastly, we're gonna use this Milani setting spray. This is from the Fruit Fetish line. This is their Make It Last spray, and this one I got in Mango Coconut. I do like the scent of this spray, but this spray is very harsh. Like, it spits at you. Even if I hold it from a far distance, like, she got some range. So just be careful, because, you know, this is the complete and finished makeup look, trying out all of these new products. I think everything is great. Again, I had already tested this out before, so this is not a first impressions, but majority of everything I really liked. I don't think I had an issue with anything. Minor stuff like the Urban Decay palette does have a bit of fallout. The palette from Patricia can get a little bit out of hand because it is very pigmented, and so things can go wrong really fast. But if you use a super light hand and you're gentle and you blend things out really well, you'll be fine. The Mango Coconut spray from Milani, it does spit at you a bit, but it's not bad, you know? As long as you keep it a good enough distance away, you shouldn't get any water droplets or anything on your face. Everything else, I'm super impressed with. I don't have any complaints from. I love this foundation brush. The Love is the foundation brush is just so great. First off, it's super fun to play with, honestly, but this is such a really good foundation brush. Like, I've tried tons of foundation brushes, and that's how I know that I'm a sponge kind of girl, but this brush is bomb. So I really like this. If you guys enjoyed it, as always, let me know your thoughts. Leave the comments down below, any new videos you guys want to see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you guys in the next one.